go. Welcome back to another stream. Okay, here's what we're going to be doing today. Today we're going to be doing a lab from Free Code Camp. Last time we did a workshop where we worked with the instructions and we did the nice page for cats. Well, today we are doing a lab, so we're going to be looking at how to build a recipe website, and we're going to be following these instructions together and making sure everything passes. All the divs are okay. We'll check the code. A little preview too. Okay, so let's get started. Let me make sure I got the tunes going. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so, instructions say... Oh, hang on. Okay, so like I was saying, the instructions say we've got... build a recipe page. It says build an app that is functionally similar to this example project. Here is our example project. Oops. That's actually not right. It's not supposed to look like that. I think we might need to do it in Chrome. Give me just a moment. There we go. Sometimes it just works better with Chrome. Okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. I just know it's supposed to be like a dark brown background. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's white? It'll tell us when we get there. I've been having issues with my Google Chrome lately, so it's sometimes it's just not doing its thing correctly. Alright. Just a moment. I think I'm gonna go back. Yeah, we're gonna go back. We're gonna do it with Opera GX like we were originally. Okay, so no more delays. Alright, our example, maybe it's white, we'll see. So this is the example they give us. And so we're trying to make something that is functionally similar to this example here. So we've got a heading, a nice paragraph intro. Looks like we've got some type of maybe ordered list or unordered. No, this would be unordered list because it's just ingredients. But the instructions is going to be an ordered list. Perfect. Okay, looks nice. Try not to copy the example project. Give it your own personal style. Ooh, okay. Fulfill the user stories below and get all the tests to pass. To complete the lab. All the tests to pass. Okay, so user stories. You should have a doc type HTML declaration. So we've got doc type HTML. I usually have a template. Just a second. Alright, so we gotta do our opening tag. Let's see here. Doc type HTML. I guess we could do should have an HTML element with the language sent to English. So let's do okay, open tag HTML lang equals en for the English. And then I guess we would have our head, right? Oops. head. Okay, so step 1, step 2. Oh, I guess we should also go ahead and close the HTML, just to make sure we don't forget that. Yeah, so we had a header and a body after that, if I remember from the example. Yep, header, there's your body. So we're gonna do a head, and let's go ahead, I'm gonna just go ahead and end that tag too. Close it, and let's open up a body. Sounds bad, right? Okay. Just cleaning it up. In the future, I'm going to be learning, of course, how to be doing all of this with quick commands and with VS Code, you know, proper coding platform, something like that. So yeah. Alright, so you should have a head element containing a title element with the name of your recipe, and a meta element with a character set of attribute set 2. Okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and nest into the head element our character set. So we've got character set UTF-8. It's a self-closing. And a head element containing a title element with the name of your recipe and a meta element with. Okay, so now we could do our title. We could have done title meta, I guess. It would have been the same. Now title I know is going to be like that. And let's do the example, my keto meatloaf. I love keto meatloaf. All right. My keto meatloaf recipe, yes. Okay. Alright, so we're pretty much done with the head element. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of nest up the head element, or the end tag there. Alright, so we've got our body now. Okay, body. So with body, let's see here. Alright, it says you should have a body element, check. You should have an H1 element with the name of your recipe. You should have a P element that introduces the recipe below the H1. Oh, okay, so let's do let's change the title then. So since we're gonna do that, let's do a keto recipe, and then we're gonna do in our body here, we'll have our H1 element, and we'll call it my keto meatloaf. There we go. Ah, check that out. Look at the preview. Nice. A keto meatloaf recipe. So we've got our H1 element with the name of the recipe. You should have a P element, or paragraph, paragraph, element, and it needs to introduce the recipe below the H1. Introduces it. Is that like ah, okay, yeah, it just introduces it. Okay, so this is a delicious meatloaf recipe that I regularly enjoy for my keto style of eating. It's very juicy and can have serve up to 6 portions. I hope you enjoy. Yeah. Hope you enjoy. Okay. So, alright, there we go. We've introduced it. So step 6, done. Let's scroll this down so we can keep track here. There we go. Alright, you should have one H2 element with the text ingredients for the ingredients section. Easy, okay. Sounds easy, right? So we've got H2, which is heading 2, a little bit smaller, and this one's going to say instructions. Oh, no, ingredients. You should have an unordered list with at least 4 items that list your ingredients below the first H2 element. Okay. So let's have an unordered list, a UL element. And we'll go ahead and do we'll go ahead and copy and make like 4, at least 4. We could probably have more if I think about it. All right, let's do it. So what do we need? We need 2 pounds of beef. You also need... Okay, so you also... 2 pounds of beef. You also need like half a cup of onions. Of diced onions. Specifically diced. You also are going to need 2 minced cloves of garlic. I personally have a reason why I don't use salt, so I try to stay away from salt. So instead I just mostly use black pepper. I think it's like half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm not even looking, I'm doing this from memory, I've done this so many times now. Let's copy a few more list elements. Okay, so half a teaspoon of black pepper. Oh yeah. You're gonna need like a third of a cup of cilantro, and you're also gonna need half a cup of excuse me, 3/4 cup of sugar-free ketchup. And I wonder, let's just to kind of emphasize a little bit here, the bold element, the emphasis element. It's like EM, if I remember correctly, sugar-free. Yeah, look at that! Check it out! So it's not bold, it's italicized. I think bold is strong. So emphasize is to put italicized. Nice! Cool. So 3/4 a cup of sugar-free ketchup. It's gotta be sugar-free or else it's not keto, right? Okay, we've got the beef, we've got the onions, the garlic, the pepper. Oh, you need 2 large eggs. You also need half a cup of milk of choice. I personally use unsweetened coconut milk. Yeah. Awesome, awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We can go from there. Let's just go ahead and close that. All right, cool. So, ingredients done. Next up, we've got you should have a second H2 element. Womp womp. A second H2 element. And this one is going to be instructions. Oops. Instructions for the instructions section. You should have an ordered list underneath it. So we're going to have... I don't know why I did it. Why did I not? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't have to. But yeah, all right. Let's do ordered list element. And we're going to do li, which is list element. And how many do we need? Run it by me. We've got at least 4 items in order. And then you should have 1 image element with a source attribute set to a valid image you can use if you would like. An alt attribute describing the image. Okay, this is great. This is so great. All right, we are doing great. Okay, so first instruction, preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, I'm going to embarrass myself that I don't know how to spell Fahrenheit, right? There we go. F-A-H-R-E-N Fahrenheit. There we go. Okay, cool, cool. All right. Moving forward. Yep. And then literally just mix everything together in a bowl. Put it. Oops. We're in the element. Put it into a 9-inch by 11-inch casserole dish and bake for 40 minutes. Pretty much it. I mean, you gotta make a topping, you know, with like your ketchup, but for the most part, this is it. And yeah, check it out. This list is in order, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Okay, so that should really pass everything from my eyes here. Let's go ahead and just double check, make sure. Checking the code. Bam. Oh, the image element. How could I forget that? You need to follow instructions, right? You should have 1 image element. How did they do theirs? Where did they put it right between the? Okay, okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's find a nice image of some meatloaf, some keto meatloaf. We'll do it right between the paragraph and the ingredients, the first H2 element. So we'll have our, let's give it its own line here. We have our image, source, image source, equals, and let's find some meatloaf. Give me just a moment. It'll be a surprise. I'm not going to let you guys see me find it, so you'll just be surprised by how delicious it looks when I show it to you on screen. Let's see here. Gotta get an image link. I think I got a good one. Copy the link. Image address. Okay, there we go. Bam. Ooh, and it's huge. Okay. Well, we don't have the sizing instruction yet, so we'll just leave it like that for now. Alright, so yep, there it is. And it also needs to have an alt. delicious keto meatloaf. And close the tag, right? Alright, so let's just like move everything over here and over here. Let's see what this preview looks like. Bam! My meatloaf, keto meatloaf recipe. Delicious. I love it. And we scroll down. Got our ingredients and our instructions. See, look at that. We just made a web page. We didn't use AI. We didn't use Flash or Java, although we will do that in the future. How cool. Alright, look at all the checks we already got. Yeah, that's the last thing. There it is. Bam! Wow! Woo! That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so let's submit it so we can save our progress here. And fantastic! We are doing awesome. So in the future, we will look at. You know what? Let's do it now. We're also going to look at some theory. Now, go ahead and, pause, fast forward, leave, whatever you want to do, because I know this isn't going to be the most exciting thing. But when it comes to web development or any type of tech work, you got to do some studying, you got to read some boring stuff. So that is just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Yeah, all right, let's check it out. Boom, boom, boom. So our first one is, what exactly are div elements and when should you use them? Okay, honestly, I'm just going to read this out loud. Why not? Let's just read it all together. Nice, I like this. Just kind of zooming in, making it nice and big for us. Okay. Giving us a minute to recuperate. Okay, so let's get to it then. We've got div elements. When should we use them? All right. If you guys, we should all know divs. This is huge for basic HTML5. Having a div is everything. You're going to see divs everywhere. So the div element is used as a container to group other elements. So like to put them in sections, basically. This is how we make sure that the layout of our page looks nice and clean and good for us, right? So, okay, here's an example of a div element. It says add another paragraph element inside of the div element and see the changes in the preview window. To see the previews, you will need to enable the interactive editor. Okay, let's enable the interactive editor. All right. Add another paragraph element inside of the div. Okay, yeah, we're gonna add another one. This is a test to see changes. Cool. Okay. Awesome. So, first div. Love it. You will mainly use the div elements when you want to group HTML elements that will share a set of CSS styles. You will learn more about CSS in future lessons and workshops. Even though the div element is commonly used in real-world code bases, you should be very careful not to overuse it. There are times when another element would be more appropriate. For example, if you wanted to divide your content into sections, then the section element would be more appropriate than a div element. Add another section element below the first one, then inside of the section element an H2 and P elements, and you can use whatever text you like. So you'll see the changes in the preview window. To interact with the example, you'll need to... Okay, cool. So below the first one, so we've got mammals. Mammals are warm-blooded animals with fur or hair. Most of them give birth to live young. Some examples: we've got lions, elephants, dolphins. Okay. So all right, let's jump into it. So our next oh, it's going to be below this section. All right, so we're going to do another section element. Let's close it. And we're going to do another H2. We're going to nest it, which is indent, basically. And we're going to talk about, let's see here. We're going to talk about what makes Trevor, he's a friend of mine, what makes Trevor my brother. There we go. This is something personal and random. Why not? Okay, so we've got P, and we've got slash P, and we're gonna do we're gonna still do an unordered list, because I can't even imagine why there would be some kind of ordered list. Oh, I gotcha. Let's do another H2 just for fun. We'll just do some extra stuff for fun, right? Why not? Here I am messing up our stuff here. Okay. Let's organize a little bit. There we go. So let's do another H2 element, and this time we're going to call it how it happened. And this one, just to give us an example of an ordered list. Perfect. So with our unordered list, we need to close it. We also need to add some list elements. I promise I'm getting faster at this. Step by step. Let's do at least 4. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we've got, let's see here. What makes Trevor my brother? The length of time we've known each other, which is like 27 years. The everlasting memories. The everlasting memories. How about the childhood experiences? Like, not just memories in general, but experiences of you know, throughout our childhood, because we like grew up together, right? So yep. And I spelled experiences wrong. There we go. And then one more, let's see here. He always has my back. Yep. Or we have each other's backs. Let's say that. We always goodness have each other's backs. Okay. All right, so that's an example of an unordered list. So we see we've got several elements here, the length of time we've known each other, the everlasting memories, etc., etc. But what about how it happened? How did it happen? We've got an ordered list. So first thing that happened was we both decided to go to the same preschool and met as toddlers. We both enjoyed talking about Mario and other video games. And what else? So yeah, we both decided to go to the same preschool and met as toddlers. We both enjoyed talking about Mario and other video games. We discovered that we lived walking distance from each other. And then finally, we began hanging out outside of school. Bam. So now we've got an ordered list. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. And we can clearly see the wonderful examples that is given to us here. All right, let's continue then. So the section element has semantic meaning over the div element, which is not semantic. All right, so semantic. That's the difference. Maybe someone asked themselves, what's the difference between a div element and a section element? There you go. So in logic, it is higher priority. Okay. Semantics are the meanings of words or phrases in a language. For example, in HTML, which is a language, elements have their own semantic meaning too. So this means if you use a section element, the browser will pick up its semantic meaning and understand to treat this as a section on desktops, mobiles, you name it. All right. Moving forward. Okay. Guys, give me just a moment. I've got someone knocking on my door, and I want to make sure that everything's okay here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we will BRB. We're going to take a little break. Okay, we're back for just a moment. I am going to have to leave here momentarily, but we're back for now. So let's do a little bit more. Basically, I've got some yard people working here. I'm here alone, and I need to pay them when they're done. So, anyways, let's continue. All right, so we had just finished making. Let's see here, section elements. And basically in semantics, a section element has a greater meaning than a div element. Semantics are the meaning of words or phrases in a language. So, you know, HTML, we're doing HTML5. HTML is a language which elements have their own semantic meaning too. So this means if you use a section element, the browser will pick up its semantic meaning and understand to treat this as a section. All right, so questions. What semantic meaning does a div element have? If if I had some active people here viewing in the chat, I would be asking you guys to tell me. But we'll just pretend. So, so what semantic meaning does a div element have? Anyone know? That's right, trick question. The div element has no semantic meaning. Ha! Almost got you guys. Okay. When is it most appropriate to use a div element in your HTML? When dividing content into separate sections of a page? When grouping related content for styling purposes? When marking up the main heading of a page? Or when embedding media such as images and videos? Which one is it? Yes, that's correct. You're right. It's when grouping related content for styling purposes. So basically what that means is when you think of it like on a computer, when you put files in a folder, a div element is kind of like a folder. You're just putting everything in this folder and saying, okay, if you want to say everything in this folder is going to be this size and this color, it'll change everything together. So that's exactly what that means. All right, which of the following HTML elements is commonly used to group content into distinct sections? The section element, that's right. Let's check our answers. All right, woo! Okay, we've got another challenge, but unfortunately, friends, we are going to have to pause there for today. I am going to